God, there's like a bee around the camera. I'm like, what? Oh my God. Shoo, 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 shoo.
And hopefully he goes away because I am allergic to bees.
I'm not.
So.
But I get stung all the time. I literally got stung last week. I don't know if you know this, but Hispanics are very superstitious people. And it's like, if you say it, it won't happen. So we didn't feel like we could say anything until it was actually done with.
What are the, I forget. There's a lot of people that say you got to put it out into the universe, and then once you do it, it happens. But the
For
Latino
us,
community, as you know, if you're Latino, you know that's not how it goes down.
Yeah. You can like jinx yourself if you say something and then it doesn't happen. And that's kind of our little educational, cultural little tidbit here for you guys. Hey everyone, this is Yami, your Latina next door. Welcome back to my channel. I have my dear husband Nelson here, the Latino engineer. And I bet you guys have been kind of wondering why we've been a little MIA lately. And it's because we have some really big news to share with you guys. Ain't that right, baby?
Mm-hmm.
So, since he's gonna stay quiet, we actually sold our house. Yes, the one that I just did the entire home tour of. So I am sure you guys probably have a lot of questions because you know we have been working on that house for the past couple of years and we did a lot of work to it, and it actually was almost to our liking right before we sold it. But we actually decided that we were searching for something a little bit better, I think.
Yeah, you know that when we bought the home, you know, it's funny, when we first moved in, the first thing I said to this one was, I can see ourselves selling this house in 5 years.
Yes! Like literally after we moved in. And that's kind of what he said with the previous house too, so.
Yeah, and the house before that, I said the same thing.
He said the exact same thing. He said, I can see us selling this house in 5 years. And we ended up selling it in 4. We walk into this house, we buy it. He says the exact same thing, and we end up selling it in 2.
So at least I got the time frame in half, right?
He pretty much did. It was a beautiful home. Don't get us wrong.
It was a big home.
It was a big home. And I think, and a lot of people hit it on like the nail on the head. When I did my home tour, you guys were like, oh my God, that's a lot of square footage to clean. Yeah, it was. It was a really big house. It was a 6-bedroom, 5-bath house. And that always sounds really nice when you think about it because everybody has a room. There's always a spare. The kids had a playroom. But at the end of the day, we didn't even use like half of the house.
Yeah, no, they were all on top of us. And
the kids are always around us.
We hardly used the basement, you know,
Mm-hmm.
even though we had all that spare room. But, you know, and I think a lot of it also had to do, or the reason that we sold the house was the channel and the content we were putting out, you know, all the farm appeal, you know, and obviously we did the best we could with the house we had, because obviously it was, you know, a house in suburbia, but still wasn't a farmhouse. There's only so much you could do to that type of house that's inside of a neighborhood.
And I think we really like that style. It was kind of funny, you guys. We binge watched Fixer Upper when we had, like, during our hospital stay when we had our 3rd baby, and we absolutely fell in love with that style. And everybody likes to incorporate it in their homes, but I think what we wanted was to go a step further and actually really like have that farmhouse life. And the more I met other people on YouTube, the more I started learning about homesteading and just a slower, more traditional way of life. And I think that really appealed to us. I don't know, right?
Yeah,
like,
well, more of the outdoor living, you know, like instead of living inside your big home, maybe something a little bit more accommodating, more cozy, but a lot more space to run outside, you know. I think some of the fondest memories I had as a little kid was, you know, we had such a small home that we had to go outside and play, and you know, I don't see my kids doing that right now. That's not to say that, you know, the house behind us is tiny, It's just smaller.
It is. And so what we ended up doing, it's another reason why a lot of you are probably wondering why I haven't been doing the Look for Less challenge. And this is actually one of the reasons why, is because early on this year, we decided to really start thinking about what we wanted. And then we had to put the house up for sale. So we had a lot of things that we wanted to do before we put it up for sale, to further increase the value of it before we put it on the market. And so there were some things that we really needed to focus on. So I kind of stopped my challenge every month. And then during that time we were looked at so many properties. We even looked at just land to build a house, but that wasn't in our time frame or our budget either, and it would actually make us move further out. And we love where we live. It's a beautiful area. So it took us a while to actually find a property that we really liked.
A lot of time.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of endless nights of just doing the whole Zillow, Realty, whatever else you could find out there to try to look for house buying. I know I did a lot on the iPad where I just sit there and searched homes, and we harassed a lot of real estate agents.
I know. And we went through a lot.
Well, even before we got the one that we eventually bought the house with, we were looking at homes, and it just took a lot of time.
We really were trying to narrow down what it is we really wanted, because I didn't want to move into a house and then him say, I think we're going to move out of here in like 5 years, because then it would have been like a year at that point, since he likes to cut the time in half every time. But so we really looked, we were really picky. And then there were some properties that we liked, and then they were gone, like that.
Well, I would say, back that up. When we first started looking, I think we didn't have a complete idea of what we wanted.
Yeah, true.
And during that time, during the journey of looking for a home, God, I don't even know how many homes we looked at, but we started realizing we kind of don't want to be in a neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not that we don't want to be around people, it's just...
No, we don't want to be around people. We don't like people.
Right. But it's just, God, I think the ultimate reason was we saw this one home that was probably 20 miles from here that we absolutely loved, but was just shy of under our time frame of when we could buy.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, wow, that was our aha moment. And
of what we really wanted. They were like, that's it. That's what we want.
And and to circle back, the house that we ended up buying was a house that we saw at the very beginning, and we were like, holy crap, if that house was just a little bit less.
Because it was a little expensive at first. It was. And so, and we were all, we were looking also for something that we can make our own. Really make our own, and something different. We didn't want something cookie cutter either.
Yes, we were tired of the same old, every new subdivision you go into, all the houses look the same. It's like you could accidentally pull in your neighbor's driveway and walk up to the front door and be like, oh crap, is this my house or the other guy's house?
And then everything new is on top of each other too. It's like you could literally whisper and your neighbor can hear you. And everything just kept getting more and more claustrophobic. And we were just, we were kind of tired of that. And eventually we were able to, they reduced the price on this house. And then
just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just enough to make it, back into our reach of,
into our range.
To look for, or, to look at the property, start talking to the people,
and then it went under pending.
Oh.
Twice.
Yeah, that was
killer. We were like,
heartbreaking.
No. Yeah, and then it fell through. Whatever happened with the previous buyers for this house, both times fell through. And by the time that we got to the buyer, or by the time we got to the sellers, they were a little iffy, right? Because they already had two people.
They had 2 people that had fallen through with whatever reasons, either financial, they couldn't buy, or just wasn't the right house, or they went through inspection, because this is a fixer-upper, so this is not a you don't walk in. You're about to see all the stuff we're gonna do to this house, but at the end, This house is gonna look super, super cool.
We love it. We love it here. It's amazing. The kids are so happy, and I'm happy, and it's a hot mess inside. But this property is actually, it's smaller than the last one. And again, we're gonna give you guys a tour. It's a hot mess inside because we had, what, 4 days to move out, and everything was just thrown in the house. But this house is 3,500 square feet around, right? Around,
Roughly.
so roughly. And then the last, so we've downsized. We downsized, but we upsized the yard. This is a 2.5 acre property in the area that we lived in, and you don't get to find that at all anymore.
Well, I know typically for what we paid for the land and the house, I mean, people were paying an extra 100,000 or if not more for it. But you know, I think it just had to do with the condition of the home. Not that it's in bad condition, unlivable, but it's
rough.
it is rough. I mean, but it's got good bones, as they say.
It does.
I mean,
it has really good bones.
It's basically a ranch, four-sided brick.
Which
So-
is what made him fall in love with the house. I like the layout. The layout's a little different. We don't have all the spare bedrooms that we don't need. And it still has a basement. Every single square inch of this house has to get redone, you guys. Don't get me wrong. It's just, oh my gosh. Every single, like, square inch. But
So if you did enjoy the Latino engineer, you're about to see a lot more of them.
yeah, he's getting his hands dirty in this one. And I think that's what we're excited about. We're excited to share this journey with you guys because this time we're not going to already be in it, like in the house when, you know, you guys are, you know, just getting to know us. Now it's like, this is it. We're going to take you from the very beginning of what it is that we do. And because you guys saw in the last house, we did a lot of updating. We did a ton of it. We did a lot of customizing. We put stuff up ourselves. We painted ourselves. And a lot of it was already done by the time I did all the tours. Now you're going to get to see all the behind the scenes, all the, you know, how it is that we do what we do and how we make it happen.
Right, and then maybe some cool products along the way too. That'd be cool. You know?
Yeah.
Just, we definitely have to do a little bit of demo, especially in the basement. You know, some in the first floor, but it's going to be really cool.
Yeah, it is, and we're really excited to share this with you guys, and it might come like as a shock to some of you because, again, we just did the last house tour, but we are so happy with this property and like the gem and the fact that, you know, we got a great deal on it, like Nelson was saying, because it was
Thanks to my negotiating skills, because
it might have also been to the fact that it was on the market for a really long time.
no, I just know how to negotiate.
We did good. He does. He's a really good negotiator. And yeah, and we're just so excited to tell you guys, and we're sorry that we have kept you guys in the dark. So we didn't want to say anything until it was actually, you know, done, set in stone, we're moved in, it's actually real. Because sometimes, and let me tell you guys, it was a roller coaster to get here sometimes. Oh yes, because we had to sell our house to buy this house. And if you guys have ever done that in tandem, it's a lot of logistics and a lot of steps that have to take in place, and it's like a huge domino effect for not only the people buying your property and then you in turn buying another property. This is the second time we did it, and this time we encountered a whole new set of hurdles. And last time we knew kind of what to expect, but this time it was something totally different, and it felt like we were going through it all over again for the first time.
Right.
And, you know, up until the day before closing, you guys, we didn't even know if it was going to happen. And so that's why we couldn't say anything, because we didn't want to say, hey, we're buying a farmhouse, and then no.
But I will say this, just you know, it couldn't have went to a better family.
Yes.
The people
Oh
that
my
bought
gosh.
our old house, you know, were, you know,
They were
come to find
super
out,
sweet.
They were awesome.
They were super sweet. Oh, the lady is so gorgeous. She's such a sweetheart. We left him a little gift at the house. And they were so happy and so thankful. And they even watch our channel sometimes. So if you guys are watching, hi, Enos. But yeah, we were so happy we met them. Hopefully we made a friend too. They were so stoked to have the house. They really loved it. And they have also kids, so they loved what we did to like the kids' bedrooms, which was kind of nice, right? Because after all the hard work that we did there, it's kind of nice to know that they're not going to come in and like just demolish everything. They're
Right,
actually
right,
going to
yeah, so-
appreciate it.
Right, so the colors and everything kind of lined up with their families.
Yeah. That was fun. And you know, she fell in love with the house, you know, just like we fell in love with this house. And yeah, we can't wait to share more with you guys. I am going to be vlogging a lot of the process so you guys can kind of see what we went through to move here and kind of like the everyday, how we've been adjusting and the projects that we've already started, because we kind of had to hit the ground running with this one.
Right.
There is no
So it'll
time
be kind of a
to spare.
Back to the Future type thing. So once you watch this and then the other progressive videos. You know, but we'll try to put it all in order to where it all adds up.
So we hope you guys are as excited as we are. We couldn't be more happier. I mean, there's so much to do here, and it's a beautiful property. We can't wait to give you guys a tour, a real tour of it. It's huge, and the kids love it. I will say that the only thing that kind of made me kind of sad about leaving the last house is all the work we did for the kids' rooms, and then we had to leave it. But the kids are so happy. They love coming to this house, and they love playing outside. And so, you know, we're going to do the same thing for them here. We're going to really make this work, and hopefully we will spend a lot of happy years here.
Yeah. I mean, you know, especially when you have kids and you have, you know, if you move or you make a big change in your life, you think it stresses them out. But realistically, if you seem happy, if you seem happy as a parent, they seem happy. You know, so they feed off your energy. So obviously it's such a positive thing for us that they're feeding off of it, and they love it here. I mean,
And the good thing is they didn't have to switch schools. They didn't have to switch schools, which was really nice. So it wasn't, you know, it wasn't that much of a change for them, other than the fact that, you know, they can't sleep in the rooms just yet because we have to rip out floors. But yeah, the adjustment has been super easy, and oh, here's one of them now. And so yeah, we hope, if you guys have any questions, let us know in the comments below. We'll be doing like an update, maybe like a Q&A. It'd be kind of nice to do like a Q&A if you guys have any questions for us. We'd love to answer them in an upcoming video and give you guys an update and stuff. But we're excited, and we hope you are too. And we hope you understand why we've been a little MIA. And the Look for Less is coming back. I know you guys have been asking about it. But I'll have a separate video for the update for that. So stay tuned, okay? I think that's it.
That's it. Do you want to show them my baby that I got?
Well, since we are going to be doing a lot of demoing and construction and fixer-uppering, this is what he's talking about. And that is his baby right there. That's what he's talking about.
But by baby, I just mean, you know, my second woman in my life. Obviously, the Latina engineer is number one.
The Latina engineer?
Oh.
Who's that?
No, I'm sorry. The Latina next door.
So who's this Latina engineer you're talking about?
No, I meant the Latina next door.
You guys heard. It slipped. All right, you guys. We are excited to share more about this house. And we will see you guys in the next video. Until then.
Do you see those glasses? I got like a bad eye infection and I've had to wear these stupid glasses.
You interrupted my outro.
I know.
All right, so we will see you guys in the next video. Until then, adios.